Welcome to the MTS Center, where the Winnipeg Jets suffered a 3-2 shootout loss to the St. Louis Blues on Saturday afternoon. I'm Ken Weeb, along with columnist Paul Friesen. Paul, the Jets outshoot the Blues 41-16 and still manage a way to find a point in this one. What's your assessment of the way they played today?
I thought you were going to say find a way to lose, but you know, there's shootout losses that feel good, and there's shootout or overtime losses that suck. The Philadelphia one was a bad one. I think this was a good one. They played really well and fell behind 2-0 in the first period. And the old Jets, the Jets from earlier this season, aren't coming back from 2-0. They're throwing in the towel, maybe not mentally, but they're just don't have the offensive firepower or confidence to do it. This Jets team seems to have found a little bit of that confidence. They come roaring back to get a point out of a shootout, and I think it's a good point, not a negative point.
A testament to their sort of character building. I thought when they gave up that goal with 43.9 seconds left in the first against the stingiest team in the NHL that it could have been curtains for them, but instead of opening up against the Blues in the second, they really kind of took it to them early, and a couple goals by Blake Wheeler got them back on even footing. How would you describe the performance by Wheeler, who's really been driving the bus for that Jets top line of late?
Wow. I'd say wow. That might be as good as we've seen Blake Wheeler, and we've seen him pretty good. He's on a real roll right now. He acknowledged that. The crowd's right into it, chanting his last name now. He says that's never happened for him before. The Jets' best player, the best player on the ice by far on this day.
Yeah, here's what Claude Noel had to say about Wheeler's recent performance.
He's had some good games of late. I can give him that much, but this is one of the better games. Yeah, I don't know. He was really good. He was, to me, the best player, and he was dangerous. When he got on the ice, he was dangerous. He was dangerous all the time, and he's a hard man to control when he skates like that. He's got reach. You know, dings one off the post and scores two, and pretty much the best game I've seen him play. That's a heck of an A game for me.
And speaking of Wheeler, Wheeler also had some interesting comments about what the Jets did in order to keep with their system in the second period.
Once they got a lead, and especially a 2-goal lead, you know, you look up and you see 5 white shirts in front of you pretty much the entire way down the ice. So if we were going to get cute and try to do it all ourselves, it was just going to be probably a long night for us, and I think we did a great job sticking with it, skating north and south and making them try to skate with us, and got ourselves back in the game.
Paul, the Jets now 3-0-2 on this 8-game homestand. I kind of talked about it, thinking they may need 6 of 8 to maybe kind of stay in the race. What do you think about the way they've played to this point with 3 games left on this homestand?
Right on track for what they needed to do. They kind of look like the team in December again here at home, you know, and I think they've come a long way. They're doing exactly what they needed to do at home. It would have been easy to not match those expectations. They can't give up clean losses here, and they're getting at least a point out of every game, winning more than they're losing. So you can't argue with that.
Andre Pavlik's been great for the Jets. Backup Chris Mason comes in, and after giving up 2 goals on not having a lot of work, which was a tough for him. Not that he played bad. I don't think he had a chance on either one of those goals, but here's what he thought about the lack of action early in the game.
They like to come in. They don't like to come in and shoot the puck, so they like to come in and cycle it, try to make plays. For me, they're tough games to play because you know, you're not constantly getting work, and it's tough to stay in the game. Like I said, I would have gladly traded games with Halak there just because you know, you get the work and you get to stay in the game, but you know, it is what it is.
And Paul, one last subject. We touched on it a couple weeks back. It looked like the Jets may be a seller come Monday. What are you expecting with the deadline right around the corner and a few Southeast Division rivals making some moves? You got the Florida Panthers picking up Jared Smithson and Wojtek Wolski. What do you see the Jets doing on Monday, if anything?
Tough call. I don't know if Chevy even knows what he's going to be doing. He's certainly not sharing it if he does. I don't see them being a significant, dramatic buyer. We've said that before. I stand by that. I see them unloading a defenseman. I really do, to make room for a Mark Flood from here on in. If there's takers, I see them almost giving away a veteran defenseman if they can, just to make room for Mark Flood. They're crowded there. I'd like to see them actually pick up a banger, a forward who thumps people into the boards. That, in this rink, is as good as a goal a lot of the times to get the crowd into it. I think they could use a little more physicality, but I don't see, I mean, everybody wants to score. Yeah, if you can get one, go for it. But they're not going to grow on trees, and I don't think one's going to fall in their lap. So.
One interesting name to me, Eric Bolton, got put on waivers today by the New Jersey Devils. He's a guy who played with the Atlanta Thrashers, so he's familiar with the guys in the room. You often talk about chemistry at this time of the year. He's a guy that was very well liked in Atlanta, hasn't had any offensive production this year, but he is a physical guy, a team kind of character player. maybe he's a guy that may be of interest. He is available on waivers right now, but I'm with you. Jets do have 7 pending unrestricted free agents. I've spoken with all 7 of them this week, and I think all of them want to be here. I think if not 5 or 6, I think most of them could be here, but I'm with you. Maybe a guy like Randy Jones or Johnny Oduya. There's still 2 guys that teams that are looking for depth on the blue line would be interested in order to make room for Mark Flood.
You do wonder if this surge here makes management think twice about unloading, right? The chemistry seems good.
Yeah.
You do wonder if there's a little thought in the back of Kevin Cheveldayoff's mind that add a piece, maybe win a playoff round even. You wonder.
Yeah, I think they may add somebody, but again, I don't see them adding a rental player. But if they can pick up a guy that has another year left on his contract, I think they would certainly be open to do so as long as the price tag is right. For Paul Friesen, I'm Ken Weeb from the MTS Center.